What's up, guys? Welcome back to All Gains Mindset. I'm Andrew. This is Mike. This is Joe.
What's going on, guys?
Today we're going to talk about the top 5 ketogenic diet tips that will make your diet a lot easier to get through. And we're going to go with the first one, which is electrolytes. Now, electrolytes is very, very important in the ketogenic diet. When you're not consuming carbs, it's a lot easier for your body to flush out all the electrolytes, and it's very important to keep up with them. And because if you don't get them, you're going to feel like garbage. And it's just how it is. The first one, which is, in my opinion, is the most important, is actually sodium. Now, I think the best source of sodium for a ketogenic diet is pink Himalayan sea salt. It's one of the best stuff for you. It really helps your body. It will make sure you don't get headaches. It will keep you going. It actually could give you energy right before a workout. There's a lot of very powerful effects of salt that people don't know about. And it's important that you always salt your foods. You can get it from also chicken broth. There's bone broth. And you can, just salt everything. You can get it, salt in any supermarket. And in my opinion, once again, I'll restate, is one of the most important electrolytes, probably the most important. Always get as much salt as you can. I can't put that in any other different way. And the next one is potassium, which Mike is going to go over.
Yeah, so potassium is another very important electrolyte, and everyone always tries to put bananas with potassium because everyone thinks bananas have the most potassium, but that's actually wrong. Avocados actually have a lot more potassium than bananas, and so having an avocado would do more than a banana would ever do. Also, avocados have a lot of fat in them, so having that in a ketogenic diet is going to boost up your fat, which is very good. If you're like me and don't like avocados, though, you can always go into the supermarket where you find your salts and get new salt. It's like a blue can, and you can put it on your food when you put on your salt, and it'll do the same thing as an avocado. So let's go over to magnesium.
Yeah, so for magnesium, you want to make sure that you take 500 milligrams. And the reason you want to take magnesium is to make sure you feel energized through your whole day, especially during the beginning of keto, because you will feel tired and you may get headaches, but magnesium does help. So just make sure that you get magnesium citrate and not regular magnesium, because magnesium citrate is absorbed better than regular magnesium. So just keep that in mind.
It also does help you with your sleep.
Actually, it does, yeah.
Alright, guys, the second tip to make your ketogenic diet better is to do intermittent fasting, which I think is a great tool for the diet. It's basically when you don't consume any calories for a certain amount of time. It's really beneficial for the body.
No, it is. Things you can do to make fasting better for you: just drink coffee through it, or
black
tea.
Coffee, yeah.
Right. You want to make sure there's no calories.
No calories
in it,
at all.
So don't put any cream or milk on that, and just make sure that your hours work for you. So plan it out. Just make sure you take your breaks at your job or anything according to your hours. So keep that in mind.
Exactly. For example, I only eat between the hours of 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. It just helps me and it works for me. And I know as long as I'm getting my electrolytes and stuff, I'm good.
I know another way of fasting, at least how I do it, is I'll just only have one meal a day and have all of my nutrients and all of my calories in for the one meal. So usually what I do is I'll wake up, go to work. I won't be eating. When I get home from work, I'll have a big meal. Maybe I usually have like a 10-egg omelet with a whole bunch of other stuff with it. And then I won't eat until the next day. And maybe have the same thing, maybe not. I'll always try to do something like that, have one meal. You don't have to have one specific meal. It's probably best to have like little meals here and there in that time frame. But that's just how I personally do it.
It's more convenient to have just one big meal, honestly.
The third tip for the ketogenic diet that will help you is to stay hydrated. It's very important to emphasize that we need enough water. Not many people get as much water in as they should as it is. And the ketogenic diet is no exception. I think it's good to probably take in about a gallon a day.
Yeah, definitely. If you get a gallon, that should be ideal. If not, try to get as much as you can. And make sure that you know when you're taking your water. What I do is I take like 3 bottles during my workout. So figure out what you need for yourself.
Yeah, it all varies, but
you also got to make sure that you just also keep up your sodium, because it's just going to flush out of you. So you just need to make sure that you're resupplying yourself with everything.
Yeah, it's very important to just keep the water going. Don't stop drinking water. There's nothing wrong with it. You really can't drink enough. Can't drink enough water.
Stay away from energy drinks and don't drink a lot of coffee.
Yeah, guys,
but that's just
it's not necessary.
Right.
But definitely keep up on the water. The next tip for the ketogenic diet for you will be to focus on your macros and make sure you count your macros. That would be officially 75% of your calories should be coming from fats, and then 20% of your calories should be coming from protein. 5% or less should be coming from carbohydrates. It's very important to keep track of the macros. And you could actually use MyFitnessPal
Yeah, so
for
we all like to use MyFitnessPal. You can get it on your iPhone or Android through the app stores. It's definitely a great tool to use to focus on macros itself, and you can always search up your foods through there, and it will actually show you the specific macros for that specific food. So if you are having plans to like go somewhere, you got to make sure that this might have a certain amount of carbs. You need to stay within the 30 gram range or 30 calorie range. You don't want to have that. You might want to have that. You have to be aware of what you're doing. So always use MyFitnessPal. It's a very good tool.
One advice that I would give you is that most days I eat the same things. I know it may sound boring, but that way you can always know your macros. So I do that myself. I don't know if you guys.
You can never go wrong with eggs and ground beef.
Right.
It's good stuff. You know, you won't get sick of it.
Yeah.
It's also very important to note that net carbs and carbs, basically, I like to consider them the same thing. So if you're, I think you should consume 50 grams of carbs or less total carbs. That includes net carbs. If you want to go even stricter, I would say keep it to 20 to 30 total carbs a day.
Yeah, definitely.
And you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't freak out about that kind of stuff. Just focus on the macros. Don't even worry about calories too much, at least at first. Get the macros down. Get accustomed to doing fats and using fats over carbs.
Right. And just track it down, because a lot of people that start keto just focus on the carbs. So they read everything just looking at carbs, but they don't notice how many fats and protein they're getting.
Focus on the fat and protein.
Right.
And don't neglect the protein, guys. Please keep it moderate. It's not a low protein diet, it's a moderate. You don't want to go down to 20, 30 grams. You need protein we naturally need protein for muscle growth. So don't cut out the protein altogether. You need a certain amount of protein. You need that.
You need a certain amount of protein.
Definitely
you can't have too much. You can't have too less. You need to have a specific amount.
Yeah.
And it'll definitely help your muscles, and it'll definitely help the diet.
Especially if you're working out and lifting weights. You can't just go low protein
meal.
like that.
Protein is good.
Mm-hmm. Eggs, beef, stuff like that. Especially eggs, which have all the essential amino acids. So, and the final tip for you guys is to prep meals and plan out. Guys, this is very important because we should always be planning out. Stuff like this. We should always have food on the go. Just in case for an emergency. Because the last thing you want is to realize, oh no, I have no food to eat tonight. Let me just cheat.
Definitely.
For a day. It's not worth it.
During the day, you're gonna feel tired and you are not gonna want to cook. That's why I do it in the mornings.
Yeah, I actually do like to do it on Sundays. When you have off, just prep meals for the week. It makes it a lot easier.
People nowadays they just feel that they're so busy that they don't have time.
Guys, there is
but like
time.
there's time like when you're like a day that you're off of work, you can just prep meals for for the whole entire week,
and you
can
feel
just
good
have
about
a meal.
it. Yeah.
You'll just have a meal ready for you.
And
You
you're
just
less
don't have to worry
likely
about
to cheat. That's what you want.
Yeah,
exactly.
You don't want to start cheating because then it'll just be a slippery slope to
It's not worth it. It's best
backwards.
to definitely plan out. Plan this stuff out. Be ready. Because there will be challenges ahead, and it's always good to stay ahead.
And honestly, keto meals are not that hard to cook. I mean,
they're
just
really not.
cook a bunch of beef, a bunch of eggs, and you're good.
Have avocados on you.
Right.
It could be very convenient. But what you don't want to do is just completely go off the rails. And if let's say you have one cheat day and that you don't plan for, he's like, oh, it's over, I can't do it. And that's not the attitude to be having. Yeah, no. You just it's really that's why it's best to plan ahead.
Yes.
Alright guys, that concludes our top 5 ketogenic diet tips that will help you have a better experience. Very important that you get these tips down and memorized.
Right, definitely keep watching the video again just so you know exactly what you're doing.
Yep.
So
definitely share this around just so everyone that wants to do this diet can look and know exactly how to do this diet perfectly and the best way possible.
Yep, like and subscribe, and we got a lot more good content coming out for you guys.
We got workout videos, we have more advice,
diet tips, all
mindset stuff, everything,
mindset.
So stay tuned.
And we'll see you in the next video.